And another thing, when these lower vibrational entities attack you, archons, demons, whatever you want to call them, don't stoop to their level. Like I said, if you're at an all-time high with ascension and you've been having great days for however many days in a row, your meditation is on point, your chakras are on point, you're eating good, your intentions are good, and you're walking around like nothing can touch you, which it can't. They're going to try to hit you with heavyweight punches back to back to back over and over and over. And they're going to use people that are woke, people that think like you, people that you congregate with. I like to say go to church with, but it's not church because, the temple is within, that spirit is church, if you want to call it that. But they're going to use those people against you. And for you that are newly awake and haven't really learned how to defend yourselves, so you're working on yourself, you're learning. They're going to use love taps because they know that it's not going to take too much to knock you off your pivot. It's not going to take too much to get you to fall from grace. That's the main goal, is to try to get you to fall from grace so they can leech off that energy and live off that life force energy, take it to the next person. That's like their steroid. That's their workout. That's their drug of choice. Well, maybe not choice, but it's their drug just by the natural course of things happening. So don't stoop to their level. That's the main goal, is try to get those that are woke to go back to sleep. Try to get those that have ascended to descend. They're going to try to get you to lower your vibration, to fall from grace, to stoop to their level, and to use what they've used on other people, for you to use that on other people to feel good about yourself. That's why I say to don't point the finger at yourself. Don't point the finger at other people, and keep your vibration and energy high. Live from the heart chakra. It's going to be hard. It's going to be very, very difficult. And once you learn about the chakras and you're able to take care of all your chakras and your kundalini, you know how to, different breathing techniques and different things to take care of it, foods and all that. Learn about acupuncture and different energy. There's more than 7 chakras. So learn about that. And there's different energy points in the body that control different things. And if your spirit, your consciousness, your subconscious, and everything is right, you're going to know how to navigate through life. But like I said, you can't overdo things. Don't overdo it. Move in moderation. Move accordingly, because you have the power to defeat it all day. But don't stoop to their level. That's what they're going to try to get you to do. They're going to move through people that you may be thinking are on the same frequency as you, people that are trying to imitate you, people that are on the total opposite side of you. They're going to use everything they can to come against the chosen ones. That's what it's all about. So like I said, keep your frequency high. And don't stoop to their level. No matter what, try to maintain the frequency of your higher self. Try to stay, it's going to be hard. But no matter what, try to stay in your higher self, whether you're awake or asleep, if that makes any sense. To some of you, a lot of you, it will make sense. For those that think deeply enough, for those that have been doing the research and then have been ascended, and even for those who are newly awake that have always been kind of so-called weird, you know what I'm talking about. Whether you astral project, you have lucid dreams and all that. And be careful who you tell your dreams to. Remember that, because they can give you dreams. This is the Matrix. They can do a lot of things. So be careful who you tell your dreams to. Keep some things to yourself, you know? So yeah, the way to get out of here is not through so-called Jesus Christ. No. The way to get out of here is not through Muhammad. The way to get out of here is not, the Torah, Jewish Torah doesn't have all the answers. You do. Their system is crumbling, and their system is the 3 major religions that have been here causing war and chaos and people killing each other for what? Do you see Buddhist or Hindu countries fighting each other? In the so-called New Age movement, which is it's a combination of things, but it's the old system coming back to the forefront, the things that they took away from us. The 10% of our brains that have been somehow evolutionarily over time devolved into 10% of, us using 10% of our brains. We used to use 100. And for those strands of DNA, we used to have 12 or 13 strands. We're down to 2. We're getting that back. Time doesn't exist, and things are on a celestial calendar. which is, we're on God's time, the Almighty Spirit's time. So they try to fit everything that they can in order to defeat the natural course of things. They use unnatural ways to try to defeat the natural way of things happening. So we're on that path. That's why there's so record numbers of people waking up, there's people going vegan. Why at this time is everything happening so fast? Last time we saw something like this was maybe the 60s, but not like this. Not like this at all. People were doing acid and all that stuff back then. I mean, yeah, people are still doing that now. I don't agree with anything made in the lab, but if you're doing it in a ritualistic way that our ancestors did it, then I'm all for it. But there's also natural ways to see things and to do things without using any outside, Kickstarter, starter kit. Keep your frequency high. The way out of here is through you, through the Almighty Spirit. You have to learn the lessons of your past lives, learn the lesson in this life in order to escape out of here. And some of you have spirit guides, some of you don't. Some of you have contacted spirit guides in order to help you, and some spirit guides have contacted you, specific ones that are directly meant for you to help you. So grow with them, evolve with them. Don't try to overdo things, because we're all dealing, to a lot of us, this is something new. We're all dealing with new things that we're not too familiar with, because everything that we learned, everything that we were has been taken away from us. Everything that we are has been indoctrinated. We've been disenfranchised, has been forced upon us, whether it's false spirituality, false education, false diet, false everything. Everything you know, everything you believe in, everything you are is a lie. Everything you watch on TV is a lie. Every book of so-called spirituality you're reading is a lie. Everything is a lie. Everything is a lie. So we have to get that back. And that's what we're doing. And that's why they're doing what they're doing, because people are getting it back naturally. They don't have no answer for it. For these people waking up, you see spiritual YouTubers have answers. They'll be like, how do they know that? How do you think we know that? Because you're not us. You don't have what we have. And what is that? A spirit. We are God. They know it. That's why they're coming out with the 5G towers. Everybody's getting vaccinated. Everybody's, they're pulling out all the stops. They're trying to block out the sun. They're doing a whole bunch of it's really ridiculous when you think about it. It's laughable, but it's not something to laugh at because it's not funny. It's funny because they're pulling out all the stops to distract you. This is their last fight, and this is where their last fight is going to happen, because they've done this to other planets. They've traveled the stars and done this to other planets, but this is the last place that their attempt are going to cease. And there's going to be a new world teacher coming, and it's not going to be what everybody thinks. They're going to do a holographic image, or they got a whole thing planned to where they're going to have a fake Antichrist and a fake Messiah, and they're going to play it out like a Shakespeare play in front of everybody. But there will be a real teacher, and that real teacher is going to be looked at as anti-everything except to those that are really woke, with activated pineal gland, activated kundalini and chakras. Arat Sekem, Qigong, for those that know what they're doing. You will recognize the real teacher, because that real teacher is going to tell you that you are God and you are the answer to get up out of here. While the other ones are going to tell you to go through them, to worship them. You don't even know what you're worshiping. You're worshiping Satan, the real devil. That's what you're worshiping. And they know it. You think pastors aren't Freemasons, that they don't have access to hidden knowledge, the Vatican and all that? Catholics, I forgot to mention them. They're actually the only ones that really have to look at the woman and say, okay, the Virgin Mary. Catholicism, Christianity, Islam, they all tell you that the woman was at fault for everything, for biting the apple. While Buddhism, Hinduism, and countless, you can go back to Kemet and countless other spirituality, around the world, tells you that the woman is a goddess. A real woman is a goddess. So for those that fell from grace, because women are more spiritual than men. Men carry the seed, the flesh that develops in this matrix, while the actual spirit, for those of us that have spirits and souls, comes through the woman. So when you eliminate the woman and you take the woman from her original sense of spirituality, then you're actually defeating the man. So women have to get their essence back. When so-called Eve bit the apple, she did the right thing. So everything they taught you is backwards. Islam, they degrade women. The women is the bottom, Everything is returning back to its essence, and they know it naturally. They can't explain it. They just knew it was going to happen. That's why they wrote Revelations in the Bible. That's why Islam, they talk about Mahdi and Dajjal. They know everything that's going to happen because this isn't the only planet that they've done this to. They've been successful on other planets with the same ideology, with the same Christianity, with the same books, with the same everything. They've done this to other planets. This is the last place that their attempts are going to cease. Their attempts are going to fail. They know it. The world teacher is coming. The world teacher is already here. And it's going to reveal to everybody, these spiritual YouTubers, the woke community, that's just, they're helpers, teachers, to wake people up. But this world teacher is going to be the one that's going to send everything over the top. Don't look at that figure as somebody evil. Don't laugh at it. I don't know if it's a he or she. Don't laugh at it. People are going to think that world teacher is crazy. And listen to these pastors when they talk about the New Age and the Antichrist. Listen, look at their body language. Look at how they react. You can't tell a Christian nothing, right? Muslims either. They're so stuck in their ways to where that spirit is going to, as soon as you mention something different according to their beliefs, bam, that spirit reacts. And you can tell in their whole facial expressions and everything, their whole body language, everything changes. Because that same spirit that they're all worshiping has a hold on them so much to where, no, this spirit is mine. And you're going to believe in this. When you die, you're going to reincarnate. So no, you can't have it. You can't wake this person up because this person is mine. Period. There's not too many of us at all. There's not too many of us at all. And there's no such thing as a fake fifth dimension. For those that are in the fourth dimensional frequency or stuck in the third dimension, they try to get to a fake fifth dimension. But us, for those of us that are in the fifth, actually there, we know who is who. We know who can't come here, and we know who's here. Period. And that is what it is. There's no such thing as a fake fifth dimension. You can't jump back and forth over the fence and say, oh, I'm here this day. And no, you got to stay there no matter what. It's hard because there's not too many of us. But for those of us that are there, we're going to have to get stronger. We're going to have to stick together. Time is here. So the choice is yours. Wake up or stay asleep. Ascend or continue, I don't know. But there's no place for anything uncivilized. There's no place for anything less than the fifth dimension because we're going beyond that. We're not stopping there. So you either ride with us or vanquish. There's no place for you here. Period. Stay in the fifth dimension, the real fifth dimension. Not that. Don't connect to the technology, but not that. There's no place for them here. They know it. How did they get here? We know it. They can't stay here. Their time is up. They can't go underground. They can't go outer space. Where are they going? They will cease to exist and be non-existent, but it's up to us. Everything's happening naturally, but the chosen ones are awake, and it's up to us to stick together and defeat those that outnumber us. But we have the power, so it doesn't matter how many numbers they have, right? So like I said, keep your frequency high. Stay with the right intentions. Don't get over cocky, overconfident. Yes, stay confident, but don't approach anything with the wrong spirit. Because anytime you approach anything with the wrong spirit or the wrong intention, that's basically like giving them food. You know? It's like throwing pieces to flies when you approach it with that spirit. So approach everything like you're God, because you are God. I am God. So are you. Till next time, this Ra. Peace.